Welcome to the Penciled In podcast. This is episode 97. And on this episode, we have a brand new artist, just a newborn to the sketch card world, who does incredible work, really, really beautiful work. His name is Craig Deakes. So, Lindsay and I, we are so happy to have you on board. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Nice to be on.
Hi, Craig. It's lovely to meet you.
Hi.
Um, what we usually start at the beginning of your art journey. So, in your childhood, what did you always draw? Were you inspired by different comics or cartoons?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I weren't really interested in cartoons and comics and stuff. My uncle were always really good at like drawing still life stuff. So he kind of taught me how to sketch things like boring stuff like apples and things. And he'd only ever work in pencil, so like apples and plants and stuff like that. And that's all I ever did. And then I remember staying at my cousin's house one weekend, and they had a Walt Disney annual which had like every character in from Snow White right up until we're talking 80s now, so like right up until like Aristocats and that sort of era, and it just had a page dedicated to each character. You know what? I'm gonna have a go at drawing stuff like this. So that's kind of where I ventured into more pop culture stuff. It started with drawing Disney characters, then as I got a little bit older, comic books, superheroes, and then yeah, just from there, that's all I've ever done, pop culture stuff.
So, was drawing big part of your childhood then? When you were at school, did you know that that's what you'd want to go on to do?
Yeah, so that were all I were ever interested in. I weren't very academic at school. I weren't in any of the top sets and stuff. So I piled all of my focus into doing my artwork and painting and stuff. And to be honest, it's just really good to show off. It's a great way to get into a crowd or make a load of mates. Is come and look what I can do. So
Did you get that at school? They used to give me 20p and I'd draw a tattoo on them.
I never got any money for it.
Some
It's just
felt tips.
stopped me from getting beat up.
Um,
Like, back when I was a kid, everybody wanted some graffiti in back of their hat. They had some sort of like tagline that they wanted to do, so they just always bring their like Chicago Bulls or what other one, like Charlotte Hornets caps to me, and
oh,
like put a tag inside it for them and stuff, and they'd be well happy.
oh, the memories back in the Kappa days.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I'll inject here just to share with everyone who doesn't know, Lindsay and Craig are basically neighbors in the grand scheme of things, both in the UK, both in the same region, both have gone to the same school, both have done the same. I mean, it's crazy.
And what's even more crazy is we didn't meet each other. A guy in South Carolina introduced us, and then we found out that we're from the same place. So that was kind of funny. But
There you
back to Craig's origin story. So at school, basically decided you wanted to do art. So did you went on to college after that?
Yeah, so I did it at GCSE, stayed on at sixth form, and then and then I went to do graphic design at university because I'd had enough. I'd had enough of doing fine art, and my fine art teacher at A level just wanted me to do abstract stuff and look at like contemporary. I weren't into any of that. I just wanted to draw Iron Man. Um, so like, right, you know what? I'm going to drop this art gig and I'm going to go to university and I'm gonna do graphics. And I went to university in Staffordshire and really enjoyed Freshers Week for a year. So, so I got kicked out of university. Came
At
back to
least you had
Doncaster.
fun.
You what? Sorry.
At least you had fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I came back to Donny with my tail between my legs and a mountain of debt. And my mother basically just said, "You're either going to get yourself a job, or you can go to Donny College, where I can keep my eye on you. So I did. So I signed up for HND illustration at first at Doncaster College with Keith and Carey, and we all know Lindsay.
Carey.
And then yeah, so took it from there. Took it seriously after that. So best behaviour.
So before you went to college, did you have any particular materials that you used, and how did that change from what you learned at college?
Yeah. So I, when I was doing the A levels, they were always wanting you to use oil paint. So it'd be either oil paints or acrylics, and that's all I were ever introduced to. So pencil sketching, oil, acrylics, and then that were it. But then when you move into when you do your first week on a higher education course, you kind of have these like intense 2 week sessions on different materials. So you'll spend a week just doing pencil sketching, and then a week looking at coloured pencils, and then you kind of find out what you like to use, what your best outcomes are, and then kind of lean towards those materials. So it was coloured pencil, I think, were the next stage. Charisma colours, I think, were the best back in the day. You could get hold of them.
Oh, yeah, the memories. I know that our college were pretty big on gouache, weren't they?
Yeah.
It seemed to push you more towards gouache than acrylic, I found.
Well, I was kind of when I was there, I was kind of on that edge where they were wanting to push everybody to do digital illustration.
Yeah. Do you remember that whole
Quite,
thing when we were all like, "Oh, it's cheating," and it's and there was that big debate, wasn't there?
like get yourself a Wacom tablet, get yourself a graphics pen, and start to like draw on. There were two programs. There were Photoshop and Corel Painter, which would
Oh,
mimic like
Coral.
yeah, Corel
Oh,
Painter.
God.
Yeah, that.
I
I'm like,
actually use Coral. I use Coral for file setup for cards and things like that, but I've never tried it for. Well, I have a Mac, so it doesn't work on a Mac anyway.
yeah, I've got a Mac. But I don't. And you'd sit and do a digital piece, and yeah, it'd look fine, and you'd get it done in like a third of the time that you'd get a traditional piece done. But
You
it doesn't
kind
mean
of didn't.
anything, does it?
And you don't
You
have
kind
the
of didn't.
original.
You didn't feel as proud of it, did you? That's what I found. It's like,
It's just
yeah.
not real. You can't smell it. You can't. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Well, this is the thing nowadays with AI creating so many things. Like traditional artists are going to become so much more important because it is real and done by hand, and
Do you know
AI
what?
just it can't do that.
I
no.
follow a
Like,
couple of digital artists online, and like when you hear them moaning about AI, putting them out of a job, I just sit back and go, I know
your
how we
time's come.
felt. I know how we felt when digital came along.
Who is this that you were talking about? I didn't understand the name.
What's that? Sorry.
Who is this that you're talking about?
No, we're
Oh, just
talking
in
about.
just in general, just
Oh,
any
in
any
general.
digital artist.
Okay.
There's quite a few of them online now that have got like campaigns against AI and you know what, like I am all for it. AI should not be remotely involved in creative industry because it puts people out of jobs. But
It's not
yeah,
reliable.
I just felt a little bit like it's nice to know how digital illustrators feel in terms of like the same as what traditional artists felt when digital started taking over.
Oh, a little
Yeah,
revenge there. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, yeah.
See? So how did you now so you've obviously learned a lot in school, in university and all that stuff. Overall, are you glad you went to learn what you did in university? Did
Oh,
you
absolutely. I mean, like you said right at the beginning, there's some people who have gone to university or gone to college and said that they didn't get anything out of it. I 100% did.
Mm.
I would not be at the level where I am now without the guidance of tutors at Doncaster College, I don't think. some of the skills that I got taught there were absolutely unreal. And I think that comes because the tutors that we had also worked in the profession. So
Oh,
you'd have some that were professional airbrush artists, you'd have some that were professional painters. So it really did, it really did help to kind of, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Absorb some of their knowledge and
and it
learn
helped
some of their
guide you, I guess, and helped you find what it is you had an affinity for in it.
yeah, absolutely.
I
Awesome.
mean, Keith was an amazing airbrush artist. He used to show us the stuff he'd done and things that he'd worked on like for 18 hours solid and things just to hit his deadline. And, you know, you've got to drill it into people that if you want to succeed, you have to work. Because a lot of people, when you're at college and you're a teenager, they just kind of want to do a little doodle and get paid for it. And it's like, no, if you want to do it for a living, you are going to have to work. Yeah.
Keith, who was both mine and Lindsay's tutor. I think he was head of the course as well when we were at college. He did it. I think he worked for like Hasbro and MB
Mm.
Games, and he used to design the board the board illustrations for like Cluedo, and I think he did
Yeah.
Action Man as well. When Action Man kind of came round again in '90s, he'd done all the illustrations for that, and he'd bring them in and show them off, and like it's that kind of inspiration, and
Mm.
you like look at it and go, wow, and I need to be at that point.
So, do you use airbrush in your work now?
I do, not in the way that like Keith or any other of our tutors would, where they mask little
Well,
areas off, and then I use it to like cover areas in colour.
mm,
So I'll just spray massive backgrounds on and then throw colours there, and be like, right, okay, I want some orange light there, and just spray it in, and then once it's all dry, paint back into that with gouache and maybe use some colour pencil.
right.
So I just use it as a means to get white paper like out. It's just out of the
Yeah.
picture.
I mean, I think only pastel or oil can probably rival airbrush
It
in
takes so
terms
long
of
to dry.
blending.
It takes so long to dry, like
Mm.
weeks.
Weeks and weeks and weeks and
I
weeks.
ain't got that kind of time.
And then if
Now,
you have a humid climate or something like that, well, it can literally take months.
yeah, I've never got into oils, and I'm a bit too messy for pastels. And
I love to play with oils, but it's just not practical at all.
mm.
And
So,
I'm sorry, go
excuse me. No, it's all right. I was just going to ask. So after college, what happened after?
So after college, I was just again I was sick of doing art and I was sick of not earning any money. Um, so me and Keith had a bit of a fallout. I think we spoke about this earlier.
Oh, he
Earlier
was
in
highly strung, wasn't he?
yeah. So
One day
we'd
he'd
had
come into college and everything was great and the world was fluffy and brilliant. And next day he'd come in and he hated everyone. It was so up and down, wasn't it?
and he hated me because I weren't going to London in summer and showing off my work in an exhibition. I decided to go to Las Vegas with all my friends and just party, as you do. um, so he told me I couldn't exhibit any of my work there, so I didn't. So I weren't part of that year's D&AD Awards. And I applied to be a technician in a secondary school. So washing pots and cleaning tables and stuff. So I did that I think I did that for about 2 years. And then one of the art teachers in the department that I was a technician for had moved on to a different school. And the head of the school just came up to me and says, "Have you got a degree?" I said, "Yeah, I've got a degree in illustration." He's like, "Do you want to be an art teacher?" I'm like, I've not really thought about it ever. He's like, "Yeah, we'll put you on a course and you can teach it, earn a bit more money." I'm like, "How much more
Amazing.
money?" So he got this little post-it note and he like turned it around and showed me how much, and I was like, "Yeah, sign me up." Yeah. Absolutely, I'll do that.
So,
So train to be a school teacher.
That's awesome. I mean, it's funny how things happen just because you're in the right environment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be around, you've got to know people, and that's the other thing that can be tricky getting into art. Like, a lot of it is the connections you make and the friends you make and whatever else.
And that's it. So I've been working in schools since 2006. So I don't know how many years that is. Um, and for about 8 years, 9 years, I didn't do any artwork for myself. So all the artwork that I did was classroom based, like year seven based. That's like 11-year-olds for you people across the um, it was just all for them. So again, I took that kind of like mentor role and never did any artwork for myself until Instagram launched, and then that's when I started picking up just drawing again and posting it online.
what did it feel like to go back to doing what you had really loved to do after working in it, but not being able to do it for yourself? What did that feel like?
Rusty. Like starting back from the beginning again. But I mean, doing it in a classroom, it weren't so bad because you'll in a classroom environment when you teach kids something new, they'll all gather around a big table and you'll sit down and you say, right, okay, we're going to learn how to mix primary colours today and into secondary colours, and you'll give them a demonstration. And you're not working with the best materials. Classroom materials are rubbish, but you've still got a hand in the game, so it's not too bad. But I remember joining in Instagram. I think it came out in like 2013 or something, 2014. And I just used to post photographs on there. And then there was this big disclaimer that came out in schools that basically said teachers, no social media, no Facebook, no Instagram, get it all locked down. Everything's got to be on private. So I'm like, well, what am I going to use it? What am I going to use it for? So I deleted all of my photographs off of Instagram and then just started posting sketches. And yeah, that's what I've been doing ever since.
So how you are an absolute a relative baby in the sketch card world. You said just before we started that it's been like just a few weeks. How did you find sketch cards? And then you did mention something about avoiding it.
Yeah, so through Instagram, I made friends with quite a lot of like-minded illustrators, and then a few of them got noticed by companies like Tops and Upper Deck, and they were doing, I don't know, 50, 60 cards at a time and not getting paid very much at all. In my head, ages ago, I used to compare doing my artwork with a skilled trade. So like a plumber or an electrician. I've spent 3-4 years studying how to do it. I've paid a lot of money to get to the level where I am. And when you break it down to like an hourly rate, you want to pay me a pittance. And that's why I avoided it. Not thinking about like the bigger picture of it all, being able to do licensed work, getting any kind of exposure. It were always just like money driven. And I was just like, this is less than minimum wage. A plumber who would get paid, 60, 80 quid just for a call out without even doing any work. And you want to pay me like this much money to spend 2-3 hours on a card. So that's why that's the main and only reason why I avoided doing it.
A very good reason.
It is.
And then the flip side of that, you then see your friends' cards who got paid barely any money at all, going up on eBay or going up on other auction sites for like hundreds. And there's big money exchanging hands, and you're there like still poor.
I mean, the good thing about it is getting your name out there, and then people get to know who you are, and they come to you for commissions. I mean, that's where you earn.
Yeah, I've come to realise that now.
Yeah.
And then some companies offer return cards, so you can sell those for whatever you're able to get. And that can be.
Tops don't anymore.
No, I know. Oh, it's changed since I started. I started in 2007, I think it was. We were paid $1.50 at the time. $1.50. And we
Ouch.
have to do like between 200 and 400 cards within maybe 3 or 4 weeks. It was
Wow.
very different back then.
I mean, the one good thing about it is you can't quit. Like, you have to finish your card. You can't go, this isn't going right.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
start
geez.
again. You're forced to fix your mistakes. You're forced to do it as quick as you can and as good as you can.
And
And
then,
it kind of, your speed comes, and you just, it's really fast for developing your skills, I've found.
and your
Yeah, I have
self-esteem
noticed that.
goes out if you have any lack of confidence or something like that, well, that's gone because you just don't have time for that. You just got to do
Mhm.
it. Do it, do it.
You can't second guess yourself. You just got to do it. But the artwork you've been doing, Craig, has been absolutely amazing that we've been seeing
Thank you.
on Facebook recently. Can you show us an example of what you do, just so you can show off actually how good you are?
Well, my one remaining piece that I've not got rid
Yeah, your
of.
one piece that you've got handy, because he's packaged everything
So
else up.
it's not a sketch card because I've packaged everything up. You might have heard my doorbell ring before we went live. They've just come and collected it now. But yesterday I was working on a Darth Vader 11 by 14 piece, and that's kind of what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that.
I mean, his camera's a little fuzzy, but you can tell just by the colours and the
Move it
shadows and
back.
lighting that is.
Not bad.
You're going to send me some samples of your work and they'll be up on the video so people can see better. And so
Oh, brilliant.
So
that's,
so good. So how are you finding working smaller from being used to larger pieces?
Oh, I don't know if I can show you it. I've let me see if I can turn. Oh, my desk's absolutely disgusting, right? But I'm
Oh,
going to turn
same.
it.
We're all sat in
Can you see that?
a puddle of our mess.
There.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
I
using
got
a
one.
magnifier.
I have one too.
I can't get used to them. I mean, it took me ages to get used to wearing glasses doing it. It just feels so weird.
You get used.
I picked these new pair of glasses up yesterday, and I am literally, I think I'm like one grade away from a dog and a white stick. Seriously, my eyes are that bad. So yeah, I've got to have that magnifying glass. Otherwise, it'll just be a blurry mess.
Yeah.
Your style. It could be a style too.
So how long are you finding they take you at the moment for
Uh,
a standard size sketch card?
a standard size 3.5 by 2.5, about 2.5, 3 hours. I think I can get one done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 5 by 7s, 6 hours. It's a day's work.
Wow.
I can maybe, if I've got a full day at it and I haven't got kids running in and out, I could probably get 3 cards done a day.
That makes a massive difference, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Every
absolutely.
10 minutes. More.
So
That hopefully that'll speed up for you after a bit more time doing it.
Yeah, I think once I've got into like a rhythm and stuff. I was talking to a friend a couple of days ago. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's called Dave Gaskin. He's been doing Topps
Oh,
cards
Dave's amazing.
for
Yeah.
years. Yeah, I've been friends with Dave. God, for about 20 years now.
Really?
Yeah, and he was giving me some advice, basically saying get all your references in first before your cards arrive, because you spend hours just scrolling through like photographs and screenshots of films and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was giving me some good advice. He's a good guy.
do you think you're going to stick around? Are you enjoying it so far? Do you think you're going to stick around in the sketch card world?
Yeah, I am. 'Cause I've met a lot of new people. Yeah, I think my other line of work is starting to dry up a little bit. So the bigger pieces, the more expensive stuff. I think basically since the Ukraine stuff happened and like bills just went massively sky high.
Mm.
Like the amount of drop. Like the first thing that goes is luxuries, and an artwork is a luxury.
Yeah.
So I did notice that in that year I'd gone from like 20, 30 commissions stacked up and bombed, and by Christmas that year, 2023, I had nothing on at all. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
it is bad. So yeah, I probably am going to stick around with it. And like I say, it's really good exposure, and then it also brings you onto a completely different audience as well, who in turn, when they like your stuff, they're gonna want
Well,
to.
the community is really nice. I mean, the artists and the customers. I mean,
Yeah.
what I find in a lot of arty circles, there's a lot of arrogance going on and a lot of, like there's none of that in the sketch card world. Everyone supports each other, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People,
May I just interject to say that you will be working on my project of long dog cards for Time Bandits. So if anybody's following along, there will be sketch cards for that set, and Craig is going to be on it. So
you
yeah.
might, you never know.
So
yeah, it's the summer holidays now, so I'm not back to work until September, but it's kept me busy. So I think when did I started probably getting into it when I was designing some cards for a guy called Ronsky. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Oh yeah.
Uh, he begged me to do sketch cards. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
talking about, do you think you're gonna try other trading card companies? Are you gonna try working for somebody besides Topps and Long Dog Cards?
Well, what's the term that Topps use when they've welcomed you into the community? I can't remember what it's.
Onboarded.
Onboarded. Yeah. I don't know if I'm a fan of that term, but so yeah, I think I want to take it a little bit steady. It's kind of overwhelming at the minute, and I've just been onboarded by Topps, so we'll see what happens there. And if I get to do any work and it's well received, then yeah, maybe I'll look at Upper Deck and some other.
It definitely will be relevant. I mean, I think personally, because Topps have got a tier system now that we're all aware of. I think you'll be on top tier, no problem. So that might help you because it's higher pay, and you get to spend more time on them rather than like go. Because it seems like when you first get an invite nowadays, it seems they put you on a lower tier just so you prove yourself, and then hopefully they'll put you where you need to be.
And that's absolutely fine. I mean, everybody's got to earn the spurs, and
yeah,
I've never been in a card game before, so I expect nothing less than to start at the bottom and learn the trade. I'm still learning what acronyms mean. I didn't know what PCS meant. And,
PSC.
PSC. Yeah, I didn't even know what that meant a week ago. No idea.
Oh dear. You've made me forget what we're going to ask then.
Sorry.
Now, if I don't do it immediately, it just goes. Oh yeah, that was it. Are there any dream licenses you'd love to work on? Like, what would be your ultimate set? Most favorite film or whatever? Or
I mean, Star Wars has got to be ultimate, hasn't it?
Is it?
What is?
Well, mine was Ninja Turtles, and I didn't get to do that, so I'm always going to be bitter about that.
But I'll take out really. I'll honestly take anything that you throw at me. But if it was a choice, Star Wars, then maybe some Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I don't touch Marvel stuff. So
I remember
I'm not good at the comic book stuff.
Well, my friend a couple of years back, my friend a couple of years back had got a Marvel set, and he sent me a message, and he was like, "Oh, I've just read through everything. I'm not allowed to copy anything from films. Like, no. I'm
Mm-mm.
not allowed to copy anything from comics.
Mm-mm.
No, mate, that's because that's another artist's style. You've now got to make your own stuff up.
Yeah.
You're like,
It,
I can't do that. I can't.
That's hard.
it's
So
so difficult.
he'd done a set, and they were nothing like the work that he usually did because he's basically a portrait painter.
Yeah.
Hyper realistic stuff. So drawing straight from references.
Yeah.
And then he'd got to do these cards where he had to make up his own characters, his own poses, his own lighting, and they were shocking. They were absolutely.
It's a completely different thing, isn't
It's a really good point, though. You get really used to always drawing from photo reference and always, being told what to do kind of thing. That being able to actually just draw stuff, you kind of lose the muscles to do that after a while.
I mean, I can do it with cartoons, but comic, like your anatomy and everything, it's got to be bang on. And your light and darks, your shadows, your big patches of shadow and stuff, and it's so difficult. Hats
So
off to
I,
anyone who does that.
I can't draw without a reference, but if somebody wants, I don't know, Marvel character, for instance, and they want it original, they don't want it copying off anything, just get a toy. I've got loads of them. Yeah.
Right.
Just get a toy. Pose it, photograph it, it's all done. And you can change whatever you want, wherever you want.
Get our toys out.
There you go.
So, where can people find you online if they want to take a look at more of your work?
So 99% of my social media time spent on Instagram. So Instagram's probably the best place to go.
Are
I
you
hate
on
Facebook.
Facebook at all?
I am on Facebook. I'm under Craig Deakes illustration on Facebook, but I rarely go on it. I'll post something and then just ignore it. So if you have sent me a message on there and I've not replied, that's not me being ignorant. That's just Facebook. But Instagram, I'm under doodle_imp. INP.
Doodle IMP?
Yeah, underscore. INP.
Doodle imp.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I got you there. Awesome.
We were talking recently about how Facebook's kind of going down. Nobody new's joining it, and people moving elsewhere, like Whatnot and places like that. So
Yeah, I'd only heard about Whatnot when I started doing these cards. I didn't even know that were a thing. I still don't know what's going off on there. I don't know if it's like eBay or
it is. It's like live eBay.
show.
Such a good idea. The fees are so high, but I would hope that as more people use it, they put them down a bit. But companies never do that, do
if they end up making more money, are they really going to say, "Oh, well, let's"?
No, probably not, and that'd be a shame.
It's the
But,
fees everywhere. eBay is cool and everything, but you end up paying most of what you make in fees. It's bananas, unless you're a big seller or something, which we are obviously not. So where else are you? Are you on any other platform than Instagram?
No, just Instagram and Facebook. They're my only two platforms.
Okay. Well, you're going to be definitely you're going to be rocking the sketch card world. That will not be a problem with you. I can't wait to see more of your things. Do you have any last words before we call it a morning or afternoon? Do you have anything? Is there anything we didn't ask you?
No, I don't think so. I think I covered everything. Went right from childhood right through to where I'm at now, innit? So, so yeah, I think we've got all bases covered. Thank you for having me on.
It's actually it's always fun to meet new people, but also someone who's like really flashy, spanking new on the sketch card scene. That's pretty nifty. It'll be interesting to hear what you have to say about it, say a year from now or something. If you still,
when he's bald.
When this has receded into an island. And I've done more than 5 sketch cards.
Yeah. So please do send me samples of your work, and I'll put them in the video and things like that, so people can see a little bit what your work looks like when it's small, which I'm sure is just as stunning as what you showed us, you're going to get a lot of requests to buy that Darth Vader, I think.
This one,
Yes.
it's already gone
Oh,
He's in demand.
this morning. So I'm literally zero outlook now. There's nothing I own. Everything's cleared out.
do you take scans of your work?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's good. You can send me a few samples then. Awesome.
I will send you a few samples.
Lindsey, is there anything you'd like to ask?
No, I think we went through everything. I think we've been all over Craig's life today. Looking forward to seeing your first set coming out, and when people start finding them and start raving about you. Wow, don't they?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah, that's what I've done a set of 5 for Bees on his last collector Bees volume 4, no 3 I think it was, and I managed to get onto Whatnot and have a look, and when people pull your stuff, it's like, oh yes,
yeah.
So it's quite exciting.
It is a lot of fun. It is good.
I'll have to take a look at that. Well, all right then. Thank you so much, Craig. I hope you'll come back and visit us at one point.
Absolutely, yeah.
Down the road. Tell us what your experiences will have been like. Hopefully positive. All right then.
Awesome to meet you.
I'm like this.
Yeah. All of it.
All right then.
Lovely to meet you.
Wonderful
to meet you both. See you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.